Does the guitar in pad setting on your Line 6 Podgo matter? Yeah, it does. Can it make or break a preset? Well, I don't know. I'm not going to go that far saying it will, but it's an important thing to pay attention to, depending on your type of guitar. Now, what does it do? Okay, so the guitar in pad, it's basically, for lack of a better term, if you have it on and you have like hot output pickups, it'll tame them a bit, right? So they're not like, I don't want to say like making your preset clip, I guess, or over distorting it or something like that. Okay, so it's basically just kind of like taming it down. And if you have something like maybe lower output, like Fendery style single coils or something, you might want to have it off so that it doesn't quash the sound too much. But there's a couple of things you can do with it. So let's hear it. And I just have a regular, some preset up here. And let's hear it clean. And then we're going to put it with dirt. And then I'm going to show you something else of how it can relate with your noise gate, okay? So here's the preset clean. And the guitar in pad is on, okay? We'll just call it guitar pad. Now I'm going to turn it off. So it lowered the volume a bit. So I'm just going to play and turn it on and off. All right, so when I have it on, you can hear that it's dropping my input volume, right, on this guitar. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to destroy or ruin your preset, because you can, put your channel volume up. You can put your amp volume up. You can compensate for that. But is it affecting your pickups? Like, I find it's almost like it's putting a blanket on top of them, having it on. So turn it off. They sound more open, more lively, okay? Now let's put on some distortion. See, having it on again, it's like it kind of just quashes the tone to me a little bit. So I like having it off for this style of guitar. Now, another thing we can do with this to keep in mind is now it can be a useful tool to have on to reduce noise. So I'm going to go to my, you're not going to see it. I'm not going to put the screen up. I'm going to my input block and I have my noise gate on. So I'm going to turn it off. Bear with me for 1 second. So, okay, so you hear the noise, okay? And that's because I have a drive on. So I'm going to turn all the drives off. Okay, so now the noise gate is off and the guitar in pad is off. Okay, so it sounds the same as before. But now, yes, if I turn on my drives, okay, and I have 2 drives I'm stacking. If I put the guitar pad on, hear that when I turn it on? It does, so that it can help with your noise gate level, okay? So if I put my noise gate back on, okay, it's all completely eliminated. But be careful when you use your noise gate as well, because you don't want to choke out your notes. So maybe, if you're having some trouble there with a little bit of noise and your notes are choking out, use the guitar pad setting in conjunction with your noise gate, and then maybe you can get a nice balance there. So that was the other thing I wanted to tell you about it. So it does help with the noise gate, because it is quashing your sound a bit. So my verdict on it is, pay attention to it. Use it for each preset, because maybe you have a humbucker guitar, and not all humbucker guitars are necessarily going to be hot output pickups, but you might not need that guitar pad on, and your noise gate, you might not need that as much. So I mean, use those things in conjunction, but definitely the guitar in pad, I find, for depending on the guitar, it can kind of, I don't want to say compress, but it does kind of tone it down, tame it down, put a blanket over it. It doesn't let it breathe. So what would I do with the guitar pad? And again, it's going to go from preset to preset. But for this kind of guitar, for these single coils that I have, I'm going to be turning it off. And in the past, I've just kind of, to be honest, probably on most of my presets, I just leave it on, because it helped with the noise. But now, the more I dive into PodGo and learn its features, it's like, well, this is more of an important tool than I thought. All right, so not to be ignored. It can affect your tone of your preset, because it's affecting the tone of your guitar. So there you have it, folks. I hope that was helpful, and even I learned something doing this video about it now. So hopefully my future presets will sound even better. Okay, guys, hit the like button, drop a comment. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Why not? It's free. Okay, and in the meantime, check out this video.